Austrian consulting engineers, доктор наук, он международный эксперт нашего проекта, и его затравочный доклад, выступление будет о методологии и инструментах для системы мониторинга энергоэффективности, энергетической сертификации и проверки соответствия. На лучшая практика и рекомендации для Беларуси. Адил.
For your time and for your invitation to participate in this conference. It's always a pleasure to speak to you, to share with you some experience which we have in our country, and also the development of rules and regulation, and one of them is the certification. And now I come to the same, I start where Sasha ended with the questions. We have a passport, why we need a certification? Just only by the way, 1995 our certification called passport in Austria. So it's a very simple one. And the issue is like that, there is a lot of developing coming on. And if we don't need to discover the wheel new, as I always mentioned, if we can put the same goals inside, and we have already the movement in the country, and it's easier for us, and to put also the certification in the passport here, and to so involve it, and to develop a new mechanism, it would be also fine. The international experience, for example, Turkey. Turkey, they have a very common earthquake law, and they have a very established system against the earthquake. So it's a part of their regulation. Now, internationally, we recommend them just only to use this frame of condition, and we make the certification behind that because we use it this way. So it is always for the authority easier to go step by step with that what they have. Maybe there is a synergy inside to give us all, because at the end of the day, we need the result. As a professional, we need the result. And this result, it should be also understandable. The mostly effect of this certification is that we can now, worldwide, not Europeans, also in the Asian countries, in the developing countries, whatever, Dubai, where you go, the investor, if they see a building, they ask which kind of certificate are they building. It's a A-level, B-level, C-level, so they need it for the investment. And at the end of the day, if you tell them such a certification B, they know how much it costs, the running cost. So this is common standard, and therefore we need it here, so we need it also for the country. Okay, the additional effect is that we save about 25% because we monitor our saving. Now, what I do, because the time is, I think, is running, so we reduce the presentation. There is my topic here. So this is just only about the ASICO. We are independent company based in Austria, but just only to make a few comments. Of course, the regulation from the European Building Energy Policy is clear for, I think, for everybody here. We are on the level. And the directive, what he says, is also clear. I just passed it through as a clear. So what we try after this, all these sessions here and our experience, try to get an action plan. How can we implement such a certification? We have just only a discussion paper here. How can we develop in the Ukraine, in Belarus, in Minsk, such a certification? So I just go very quickly. I have just only 10 minutes. We go, for example, some international examples to see how it's worked. In Germany, you see it's a very important issue to have demand-based energy performance certificate. calculated from the building thermal quality and heating system. Consumption-based EPCs are calculated from energy billing data from the previous 3 years. Generally, for existing building, the consumer may choose which type. So, I think, okay, this is one. The next one, you see the energy saving audience. We speak about the demand-based EPC. Some clarification. You can see that in the presentation. What's important for me now, just only to go through it, as my colleague before shared with us the idea, it doesn't make sense to make a law. It is important to make a successful law. So we need to make a successful law. A law which is at the end of the day in the benefit of the consumer, of the people. If they don't take a benefit from them, they don't feel it. And he was just only, we make additional bureaucratic issue to keep the people far away from any kind of authority. This law, which we want to do it. Now, to make it accountable, every law should be accountable and transparent. And this is a kind of building inspection which we found it in Germany. You see all this, the planning, the building permit, the construction, and the occupancy, how the authority work in this direction here. So the inspection in Germany, I just go very, very quick with that. They have in Berlin, there is also you see, there is also in the presentation for the people who they are interested, they can see carefully how they work, the qualification for building energy inspector, how they define it in all the details, how they work. And we see there is an example here for the city of Berlin, responsibilities of the building energy inspectors, the building permit, plausibility check, and also the periodic on-site check of material and workmanship, verify update to the APC. We try to make this APC as the energy performance certificate as accountable as possible and as transparent as possible. This is our goal, to make it successfully. Of course, and finally, we have a final confirmation of the EPC of the building occupancy. Now, this is a small building inspection, how the inspectors work. I think this is also an important instrumentarium to make it successfully. So we have some example here, just only for the people which they can read it later on. It is in the design phase, how it look like the inspection here, and also later on in the construction phase, and also in the final energy performance certification in the occupation. There is the criteria, how it's work. Okay, it's a very, it is very accountable way and transparent way for everybody. Now, one of the important issue, and I think my colleague he speak about that in the morning, is the methodology. We have a software. This is the problem for which we discuss it in this. It was a nice discussion. We speak always about the methodology. You see, I know this calculation methodology which we spoke of today before the loan was based on a static, we call it a static calculation methodology. Of course, we miss the solar gain in the housing. We miss a lot of factors. Therefore, we developed this calculation software just only to account the energy performance. So it is not, and it is inaccurate. So we compare it with a similar building. We come exactly the same result that what we calculated. So just only, this is the software and the methodology, what we mentioned here. Now, just only to have another country. We speak about England and Wales. You see, you have the Secretary of the State responsible, then you have the Energy Assessors Accreditation Scheme, and you have the people. And interesting in UK, if the consultant make a concept, if he make a mistake, or they penalty him, okay? And there is also certain rules inside. You can see that very carefully. We have also the energy source. So we have these different rules. I just only pass through that you see which kind of mechanism they have here. So I think that you can also download it later on. What I think is an important issue here is just only to stay a little behind Bulgarians. Bulgarians have a lot of panel building and existing building, and they try to make such a certification. Now, what they have it here is also they based on a demand, so on the accountable result. So they measure it after 3 years and they issue a certificate here. Maybe it is something similar here to Belarus, but this is also an example here how it's work. Of course.